Hey guys, we're live. This is another episode of Hong Kong House of Cards, but it's a crafting roll room thing, that sort of thing, where a bunch of us just sit here and roll dice and feel important. Cool shit. Um, we do not have Cole's character Nathan. We do not have Ben's character Asuka, but both have granted us permission to use their crafting abilities in absentia, as long as we don't try and do anything that would destroy the city. All right, so first things first, we've already designed the floor plan for the building. We might need to make an alteration to it to allow for a loading dock and a separate assembly area. Because you remember, Byron, do you remember you had Castle King design a usable internal plan?
Yeah.
We may need to alter it to allow for a separate loading dock area where people can basically take deliveries and assemble shit without being connected to the rest of the warehouse. Because if we need to bring in laborers or something, we don't want them seeing everything else we have. It'll be the low tech corner. So first, I'm guessing he would need to roll something for that, Brett, to alter his existing floor plan.
Technically, it would be a intelligence architecture roll.
Okay. And he has specialties on this, so 10s explode, right?
What's he using in place of architecture?
Science architecture.
Oh, he does have that? Okay.
Yes.
Science.
The science architecture is not considered a specialization for that purpose.
What's your intelligence specialty, Byron?
Give me 1 second. Log in.
Log in. Log off.
That's not the password. You can argue with me too?
Yep, it's going to argue with you all day.
Come on.
Did your computer forget all your cookies? Sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Got
Okay, so.
Intelligence specialty, and what sciences do you have specifically, just so we're not doing it by memory?
Oops, wait, no, that's just. Oh, God, dang, that's the wrong one.
And Brett, you might want to open up Asuka's and Nathan's.
Hold on. Okay. I don't have the website up.
That's why I was saying it. Because we will probably need it.
Okay, so what am I looking at now?
You're looking for what your intelligence specialty is and what sciences you have.
Oh God. My intelligence is 4. It's analytical.
Analytical probably wouldn't help in this case. And what sciences do you got?
Science 4, robotics, drones, and science 4, science engineering. That's architectural.
Oh, okay. So architectural is his specialty of engineering.
Okay. Then, yeah, that would count as his spec for 10s exploding.
Okay, so you got intelligence 4 and science 4 for that. So I guess that would be 8 dice.
Yeah.
You want us to roll it for you?
Give me a second. I'll just get this in.
Okay.
Well, I mean, 4, 8 dice. Okay, yes.
8 dice, difficulty 6. Right, Brett?
Right.
Okay. And bearing in mind he already has a plan, he's just altering what he already had. So.
All right.
most of it still
So
holds.
he won't need many successes to do it.
Yep. Just make sure there are load-bearing walls, no botches.
Yeah.
So does the furnace, so actually
Oh.
that won't work.
Yeah, building collapses on Cabal.
That's my problem.
Congratulations, you just negated your entire purpose for being in the game.
Precisely.
No, it's not going to work. Wait.
Ah, god damn it.
Mm-hmm.
You hit the wrong X.
Must have.
Do you never use Minicam?
I don't think so.
Okay. Hello, dude.
Hello.
I see something that looks abstract.
That's
I
my
think it's your
walk.
webcam.
Yes. Hang up box. Work, damn it. Wait, no wonder. They streamer. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
At difficulty 6, yes.
No. Wait. It's only running one for some reason.
Because you need to hit clear, and then look next to the 10. It said there's a plus symbol. Hit that 8 times.
I did, and then went
Try
to
again.
8.
Try again, and then hit roll. You're not hitting the one next to counter, right? Because you don't want that one.
8. I'm hitting the I get up to 8.
Here.
Whoa.
Look
Okay,
at my
there we
screen.
go.
Look at my screen for a second.
Hold on.
You got it.
He figured it out.
Yep. Okay.
1, 2 successes. That's enough to make the appropriate alteration.
All right, cool. So we got that. Now we have a correct floor plan. Safe to say that doesn't take him an entire day because it's just an
No,
alteration.
it doesn't.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I also got computer aptitude and mechanical aptitude.
Oh, sweet. That'll actually make crafting shit easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So first thing we really need to do is build. We need to build some kind of a. Now that shit ain't vulgar no more, we need to build some kind of a assembly robot. Basically, we need assembly robots to assist us with making things, because we're going to use those for pretty much everything else we're doing.
Yes.
There you go. So I'm thinking, like, as an idea, just for thematic purposes, and Brett can face palm and want to strangle me. What do you think about these little guys? Brett's already like, no, you're not going to do it. No. Well, I thought these guys would actually be really cute. Oh, no, perfect. I found the picture. Sorry, it took me a second. I'm horrible. I'm a horrible person, but I had to find it. This one. Can it load? Bearing in mind they're just going to look like it, but they are essentially nano, they're not nanites.
That would be completely useless.
Well, okay. Bear in mind, it's not like we're taking the little building block origami things. That's not how they are. I'm saying general aesthetic-wise, small insectoid, probably even smaller than that, but nowhere near nanotech. These things are like going to be the size of like roaches. And they work in concert. They essentially maybe they have small heating elements. They have little, they have good strength for their size, but still nothing compared to anything bigger than them. They're just workers, essentially. Workers and assemblers.
Right.
Like, they can see, they can fuse things.
Have to be a little bit bigger than what you're thinking they are in order to properly manipulate the materials. Because they're not going to, at this technological level, they're not going to be able to completely disassemble something into base elements and reassemble it like you think they are.
Oh no, these aren't for reassembling it. This isn't the nano. Like I said, this isn't the matter to turn one thing to another. This is the little things to build our facilities and help build things.
Right, but like I'm saying, in order for them to properly move the equipment, they're gonna have to be bigger than just insectoid robots. We're talking like machine arms, things like that.
So a really big spider.
Not spiders, dude. I'm talking like assembly line machines. Maybe a bit more advanced, maybe with multiple connection arms and active omni tools, things like that.
So they'd have to be
multi tools, but
so size and mass, you're talking at least human sized.
At least.
They have to be well prepared for. Okay, so you're looking at building like something like this. Actually, have the perfect picture for it.
We're gonna have a headache by the end of this.
I think you'll like this one actually. Sorry, I just like having pictures so that people know exactly what we're trying to do. No confusion that way. It's a Star Wars reference, but...
Yeah, basically, but without a head.
Yeah, they don't need the head. The head is probably, unnecessary in this case. Or what are you talking about? That's not a weapon on it.
What?
You said without the head?
Yeah, they're probably not going to have, heads. It's probably going to be like a chassis with mechanical arms and tool connections on them.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're aiming for something like that, roughly man-sized, maybe a little bit bigger, but it has to be small enough to fit through doorways and shit.
Yeah.
And these are essentially going to be used as things to be artificial labor, help us do shit, yada yada.
Do you have enough core materials to make them?
That's kind of the question, because as of last month, we weren't able to... last month, we ran out of usable materials. At this point, we can be vulgar about whatever we need to matterify anything we need. But we still need to, grab some, garbage or something.
Yeah.
Since
Which you guys never got around to doing in Blue Book.
Well, we've got 6 days of backlog material. We could say they go and buy... I've still got a couple $1,000s. We could buy, gravel or something. Pretty cheap. I'm just saying, something that's homogeneous, that we can just turn... literally, we'll just have bundles of gravel, or something lighter weight than that. Paper, actually, that's not a bad idea, is it, Brett? That's sheet metal right there, and it can be fused into something thicker if needed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, we'll just buy a shit ton of paper. Office supplies.
I don't know about... Do you have anybody with Matter 3?
Matter 3? No, but we're not changing solid to liquid or to gas or anything like that. Level 2 is all you need to be able to change one thing to another, unless you want to change it from its material state. If you want to change lead to gold or paper to metal, you do that with Matter 2. Because, no, we don't have any Matter 3s in our group.
The problem is that you're talking about degrees of... You're talking about degrees of molecular manipulation. And I could have sworn Matter 2 wasn't that...
Well, hold on now. If you really need it, I got resources for us, and I have not bought anything yet.
Dimitri has a... Hold on. Let's see what Brett has to say on this, because I don't think it's a matter of money in this case. He's trying to figure out if we can actually fabricate our own stuff, which my understanding was we could, but...
Well, keep in mind, strong to gold, I believe there's degrees of what you can manipulate and what you can't.
It depends. You're correct, but the limitation isn't so much about size so much as it is how complicated a material are you attempting to create. If you want to just turn wood into stone, that's fucking easy. you can do that with a few successes. Will turn like a boulder into a wooden boulder. It's because it's homogeneous and it's simple. But if you're trying to turn something into a complicated molecular substance, like, say, salt into meth or cocaine, that's really complicated. You would need a bunch of successes. Granted, what you come up with is worth a fortune, but you would need a lot of successes to turn like even a small pile into something.
Complex mixtures of various elements usually require rank 3 or higher.
Exactly. If you're making like complicated alloys, which is why I can't fabricate a robot out of thin air.
Yeah.
But we can make the raw materials for what we need and then do what we need from there.
Yeah, but using paper, the best you can do it to is going to be iron, not steel.
But we can turn iron into steel.
You're altering an already altered focus. It's going to be one of those things where you cannot botch it.
So we blow a willpower, or we just here's the thing. Okay, well let's bear in mind we haven't done any rolls for any of this stuff yet. What would you recommend in this case for what we're trying to do? Because we should have the knowledge for it between all the characters we've got here. For
what you're trying to do, you need to get your hands on some sheet iron and then manipulate it into steel. If you're trying to go beyond it into titanium alloys or something like that.
No, we don't need that yet. That trust me, someday that'd be nice, but for right now we don't need that. Not for building, not for robots, not for anything.
Right. The first thing you've got to figure out is what you're going to need to do to make the robots. Are you going to make them out of iron? Are you going to make them out of steel? Are you going to make them out of freaking carbonadium? What elements do you need to make the robots first? Because without the robots, you're basically a bunch of limp-wristed scientists trying to move heavy metal around.
Exactly, which is why we need, powerful robots that Cabal can use to help us with this shit. Let me think. Okay, well, obviously, the tougher the material we make this shit out of, the more effective it's going to be. The more its lift capacity will be, the tougher it'll be, and so on and so forth. But I don't think we need to go into, like, high stratified elements or anything at this point. Iron is usable, steel, and is relatively cheap. Relatively. I worked in a factory. Yeah, it ain't that cheap. Steel is much better and would drastically improve the ratio on this thing. I'd argue for steel, but like you said, we need iron to turn into steel, because buying steel is going to be fucking expensive.
Yeah. And keep in mind that because you don't have matter 3, you can't alter the form of what you're buying. It has to be ratio specific.
Yep.
Because otherwise it's like if you took a sheet of paper and transformed it into iron, it would be just a sheet of iron that would have the tensile durability of the thinnest piece of iron possible.
Exactly. You think maybe we should focus first on building the molecular deassembler and just make it a stationary object? We can do that without robots.
Yeah, you can do that without robots. So,
okay. And it ultimately becomes a personalized, unique foci that we use to use matter 2, essentially.
All right,
it'll
that'll
make it a lot easier.
A robotics, then.
That would be an Oscar thing, plus Byron here. But the two of them working together would probably give us an advantage. Right?
Would give you a reduced difficulty thanks to synergy.
And we'd probably roll it from Castle's perspective, since he has mechanical aptitude.
Right.
May as well maximize.
All right, so go ahead and roll your intelligence and crafts.
Intelligence and craft hypertech.
Okay, me?
Yep.
7.
Okay. And difficulty is what now, Brett? Since he has boost from Asuka and -2 from Merit.
So it'd be difficulty 5 from the boost from Asuka, and then reduced by 2. For
3.
mechanical aptitude makes it difficulty 3.
Lucky bastard. Gonna be hard to mess this one up, man.
I can mess it up. I know I can. Woo!
Oh no, he did pretty good actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. He got 4 successes.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the design or the actual
It's going
crafting?
to take a while because I'm guessing you're not going to be using. You can't really use advanced techniques on this.
Well, we can. It's no longer vulgar.
But at that point, you've got to start throwing spheres around.
True.
If you want to, because he's not going to be able to just generate this out of thin air.
No. We could either melt something down, which we could do that. There are some tools we could sacrifice because once we've done this will let us rebuild things later. Or like I said, I could go get us some basic, $1,000 I could use to buy some scrap metal and just bring it over in the van. And I have some guys to lift that shit for me.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it by purely mechanical means Castle King can do it by purely mechanical means as long as you provide the adequate scrap material, which he can give you a list for. You've already rolled it. It'll take about a day for him to do the proper fittings, and you've got yourself your mechanical disassembler.
Okay, I'm going to write that down, that he got that done on the first day.
All right.
Would have been a long day, but it got all done.
Yeah.
Okay, day 1 made the nano assembly. Yes. Okay. So now that we have that, we can now transform other materials into whatever we need. So, though we still have to make rolls for it. Shit. Okay. So we'll set that in like our storage area or something out of the way where it's usable. Do we have any? Is it possible that we have some scrap metal left over that we can use to start transforming into like steel or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that would be an awesome roll. I'm guessing.
Because you have no.
I don't have
matter whatsoever because you're progenitor.
Yeah, Nathan also has matter, but I don't know if he has a rote for this. He might. It's worth checking. I helped him make his rotes, but he was actually decent at that by himself, so I don't remember his offhand.
Matter 2, Tech has all the answers, so he doesn't really need the rote. He can fast cast it.
Oh yeah, but rote makes it easier, less likely.
He doesn't have his rotes listed.
The fuck? They aren't on a separate post there? Shit, let me see if I got them somewhere. Give me 3 seconds.
It's okay.
It was supposed to be there.
And technically, the one that Ben has for Matter 2 is Micromolecular Destabilizer Bomb.
Oh, yeah, we don't want that.
No, you don't.
Okay,
But fortunately, PERS everything is an illusion, present, or mistake, so it'll work.
Acme Fabrication Unit. I'll copy-paste it for you.
Okay.
It's actually funny.
So they'll work in concert, but it'll be Cole's character that will be the primary focus since they both have the same arete. Which is 2. So
that's a funny rote, actually. Okay. So we got that. So
it's enough.
either. Okay. So yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
So he's able to properly transmute the equipment so that a device can be built. And
All
this
right.
is once more robotic cybernetics construction.
And this is for. Did we already do the design for the ASP robots?
I don't believe so. This was something you guys hadn't thought of yet.
No, we didn't have a design for the robots yet. We should do that.
Alright, so
Would you like to do that, Castle?
Yeah,
We could say Oscar. No, Oscar was involved in the
Asuka
first.
has. I will say right now that Asuka does have 9 dice and a creative spec.
Okay, we might want to have her do that then.
Just saying. It will be a reduced difficulty from
because Castle's helping
working with
also.
Castle. Yeah.
Okay, let's do that then. Do you want me to roll for?
Yeah. You're rolling it now.
Oh, you're rolling it. Okay.
Yes, I am because
That's
ST
fine.
holding the sheet.
That's fine.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Proper diagram is created. One that's actually a bit more effective and a bit more material. So.
And it looks cooler because we're scrubs.
At this point, since what are your dice for doing the actual construction roll?
Talking to Byron?
Yeah. Because I've got 8.
He's got 4 in science and 4 in intelligence.
Yes.
5 intelligence. It's actually supposed to be craft hypertech, not science robotics.
Oh. Crap. Okay, yeah.
You have 3 hypertech?
Yep.
Alright, so 5 intelligence, 3 hypertech for Asuka.
But does she have mechanical aptitude?
I'm checking right now.
I don't think she does. She has. She
yes,
might.
she does have mechanical aptitude. Yes.
Okay, then yeah, we're using her on that one.
Alright.
Yeah. But she gets a further bonus because she's working on it with Castle.
Minus 3. And she just annihilates the crap out of it. She's actually able to make 3 of them.
Sweet Jesus! Castle King. We have to start a cult now. All praise to the Langley. Okay, so she's built 3 of these fuckers. We, of course, make sure they're Wi-Fi serviceable for Cabal. Is it hook up properly? I mean, that shouldn't be hard to do, but we could do some design. I mean, we already designed them to be done that way, so that shouldn't require extra. How do they look, Cabal?
Sorry. Cabal's able to take full control over them and turn them into his mindless drones.
3 seconds later, we're all strangled on the floor.
Nope. Bye.
Not with these. Anyways. Besides, he knows these won't work outside the building. They'll fall apart. Anyways, okay, so we got that done. Now we have some drones to help us do this shit. Do you think we need more, or 3 good enough?
That will probably take about 2 days to completely get put together.
Okay, so another 2 days completed in this shit. I'll mark that off. Okay. All right, that's all said and done. So now we've got 3 workers. We have an updated plan, everything else. Now I guess we're going to just need building materials and yeah, basically just we're going to need building materials.
Right.
Like I said, I've got if I can turn iron into steel, we're pretty good. Though I know there's other building materials we'd also need. Hey! Castle King, you said you had some money.
Yeah.
Want to help us start building this place?
What
Maybe
did I
you
get
have
out of
been.
it?
You get a bigger bed.
Look at it, caught.
Yeah, bigger than the cot you're using now. Yes.
Fine. But I need a bigger room than what I got.
Fine. Okay, so that handles the financial aspect. We'll still have to go and buy some building materials, but with resources 4, I think we can safely do that.
The one thing that you really have to do, though, is keep this under the radar.
Obviously, we're not bringing contractors over, and we're not like bringing. It's not like we're going to call Home and Garden and have them come take a look at the building for us.
No, I'm talking about what you're trying to acquire.
Building materials. Well, in this case, we don't have to acquire the actual building materials themselves. We can acquire something similar material that isn't as suitable and buy it in maybe like different amounts or something else. I don't know. If we have to go drive to like buy the same amount from 3 different places to avoid tripping radars, we could do that. But I mean,
Shipping radars of who?
the technocracy and other groups that might be watching.
Fun.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, like I said, we can buy the next lowest grade shit. Like we're buying scrap iron, which we can buy that from scrap yards, and they don't usually pay too much attention to that.
But you're going to also need things like cement. You're going to need
cement we can manufacture if we can find the building materials for it.
Right.
Which would just be chemicals, essentially, which we can do.
You'll need cement. You'll need iron to turn to steel. You'll need the materials to make rivets, etc., etc.
With the nanossembler, all we technically need is canisters of oxygen, which are easy as balls to get. You know, canisters of oxygen, and which we can turn into whatever gas we need. Salt or sugar, which we can turn into whatever the shit we need. We can buy it in bulk. And I guess water, which we have on tap.
Right.
So yeah. Hell, if we make our own pumping machine, we can pretty much just keep reusing the same canisters, regardless. Okay, so that's that. So what all do we have to do at this point to make this happen?
Basically, just get the materials. You want to make sure that whatever you're building is grounded. If you are trying to build something like a hermetic seal chamber,
yep, at one point,
that's going to take more than just steel. You're also going to need to get canisters of pressurized gas. You have to make sure that you've got a recycling system for them.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need...
we've designed the system for it. We just have to build it.
Yeah. Not to mention the electronic components you'll need to actually be able to scan the person inside the chamber to make sure they're clean to come into the safe part of the building.
Exactly.
But I don't know if you guys have enough, even with resources 4. I'm sure he's not going to want to tap his monthly allowance just to get this place set up, because if he does, he's going to be living off ramen noodles.
You mean like he already is? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I kind of already am.
We already put a roof over his head. I get what you're saying, though. But shit.
I'm just saying that for everything you want to do, it has to be done over the course of the month. You can't do it all right here, right now, tonight.
Well, I understand that. That's why we're taking days and days to do this stuff, also.
But I'm also not going to sit here and let you make a month's worth of rolls. Because at that point, your character, Ben's character, Byron's character, Cole's character, all are out for the month.
I understand that. Well, to be fair, we didn't do that last month, though, either. Even though we had them busy for crafting shit, we were still available to come out and do stuff, so long as it was understood, hey, we can't spend the entire day away.
Right, but you weren't really crafting a lot as you were doing designs. You're talking about
Building.
reformatting the entire building. Do you know how long it takes to do renovations like that, even on normal circumstances?
Then what we
No, I know you're using Hypertech. I know that you're using Sanctum, but you're talking about something that will typically take 3 months to do.
Yes, which is why it would take only 1 month in this case. I'm not suggesting it'll take a couple days. There's no Matter 5 dude around here to fix that for us.
No, well, what I'm also saying is, yes, it will take you guys a month if this is all you guys work on for the next month.
That means that if we do that, I have to pay tank for the rest of the month, didn't I?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Well, we can still have them come out for a social scene once in a while, I would assume.
Once a week.
What if we build some more robots?
Any plots that you're currently involved in get put on hold.
What if we... Wait, what do you mean?
Like
as in you're not going to make it go, oh, you're busy, so you die.
No, it's basically what I'm talking about is that all the stuff that you wanted to do for the plots, for like Flavia's plot, for the vampire plot, for the mage plots, all of that, you basically can't do it anymore. Because you can leave for a social scene for an hour, but anything that requires extended effort...
Okay, what if we change the timetable to 2 months?
If you change the timetable to 2 months, you guys can get out probably about 3 times a week.
And we can, to a limited degree,
do more of these scenes, or you're just going to have to blue book it. Because otherwise, it's going to take forever, and I'm not in the mood to do all of this tonight.
I understand that, man. Sorry. Just trying to get this done the only way I know how.
I know, but there's blue booking for a reason.
I understand. There are some things we had to roll dice for.
Right.
I would ask, can we make any more of those robots at some point? Like, even just a handful more of them?
Once Castle King can get you more base materials, scraps, things like that.
Okay.
That Asuka and Nathan can manipulate into the proper materials, then yes. However, I will tell you right now that if you do not want Cabal to do anything else but work on the building, you have to limit them to about 6.
Yeah, well, because he can't network an entire army.
Exactly.
He's not high end enough for that yet.
Exactly. Plus, there's other things that you wanted Cabal to do that if you take over too much of his processing capacity, he's not going to be able to do. Like keeping this place off the grid, for instance.
Okay. Well, let's assume then that we're just going to build 3 more, and he has a crew of 6. That's 6 essentially near sleepless machines that are going to, be working virtually around the clock. That's something. That's why it's only going to take 2 months as opposed to 3. This still frees us up to participate in other stuff. We can do the occasional social. Let's be honest, we usually don't get 3 socials a week. Yeah. So that's fine.
All right, so Asuka's able to manipulate it to quality material.
Okay. Let me know how many days it takes.
Using the initial design, crafting roll. Boom, 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 boom. That's going to take another 3 days to make another 3 robots.
Catches us up perfectly. And let's see, built another 3-man-sized worker drones. The ball is maxed at 6. Okay, I'm just going to write a note. It'll take about 2 months to fully renovate the warehouse. Includes the airlock?
Yes, including the airlock.
However,
it's going to take a little. It's going to take some. It's going to take a combination of engineering and cybernetics to make the airlock. Because you're having to do a. It's actually going to take pretty much all 3 of you, and you're going to need to make design rules for it.
We've already done the design rules for it. We did that.
Not for the airlock.
We did for the airlock. We did them separately.
When?
The same time we did the ones for the entire building. I've got the notes for them. It's on my page.
Okay, that's fine then. Because it should be not just you. It should require both you and Asuka and Castle King in order to properly create a biometrically and hermetically sealing airlock door that has a recyclable airflow filter.
We got a total of 7 successes. It was a group effort. We also got, and that was for the airlock and airtight blast doors, yada yada. We got a total of 10 successes working together for the entire base design layout, etc., etc.
Okay.
Okay,
All right,
and I'm assuming this will not include any of the defenses. Those will have to be installed after the renovations are complete, but will take a lot less time at that point.
Yeah, because then you're just
being like, pull open that bulkhead and install a turret.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is a shit ton easier. Okay, that's doable. Now, my question is, obviously, now that we've got robots walking around, we can't really bring in any of the... I mean, the first priority we can make is we can prioritize what we're building here, obviously.
Yeah.
And the number one priority right now is to make that little assembly area next to the loading bay doors. That way we can take other deliveries and other shit and have a, secondary entrance, so to speak. I assume that would take them probably a week, something more.
Yeah. Getting that together would probably take a week with proper materials to fashion into place.
Okay. And, yeah, we'll worry about the rest of that afterwards. Okay, so, yeah, we just need, it'll take 2 months, but we'll have it done, and after that we can start installing defenses. At that point, we've got 3 floors of awesomeness, which is pretty damn impressive, given it would take a shit ton longer. And trying to think, is there anything else? Okay, so no defenses, but we have the airlock. Now, as far as like Becker was wanting more suits and stuff, is my character going to necessarily be busy doing shit? Or can I actually assist in like, or hell, how many of us are going to be busy to the point where we can't assist with making another suit or whatever?
If you drop the ability to be in 1 scene per week, so that gives you each of you only 2 scenes to be in, whoever would need to be involved in making the suit, you could make 1 suit a week.
No extra rolls or anything, or do you want us to?
You'll still have to roll for the crafting.
Okay.
I think I remember that I can only be in. I can only be in like, what, 1 scene a week.
As it is right now, if we don't do that, we're allowed to be in up to 3 scenes a week, which is more than we're usually in. Let's be honest, and that's for that character. It doesn't stop Tank or anything else anymore that stops me from playing Keenby.
Yeah.
He's saying if we need like Byron, Asuka, Dimitri, and Nathan all to make the suit, which we did before, especially if we wanted to improve the suit, which that's going to have to wait at this point. If we wanted to do that, we would have to drop it so that our characters are only available for 2 scenes a week. Now, for Cole and Ben and me, that's not a problem. Would that be a problem for you?
Nope.
Only being able to go in scene twice a week with Castle?
Yeah. I'm not even in a scene once a week sometimes.
Okay, then that sounds like a plan for us. And we'll just get together at some point in the future, or do you want us to, while we're in this room, do the first week's roll?
Do the first week's roll, get it over with.
All right. I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to piss you off or anything.
No, it's okay. It's just that I still have a headache from earlier. I was like this close to the computer screen when I was doing the X-ray test.
Ew.
Yeah.
You were looking really close, huh?
Yeah. Well, I had to because I had to try to find the proper pattern.
Yuck. Well, did you at least like the place?
What place?
Or was it a testing center away from the airport?
It was a testing center away from the airport, but I've been to the airport before, so
Okay.
I know that airport pretty well.
Nice. Okay, so I guess we'll just roll with what Asuka has since she's got the creative aspect and she has mechanical aptitude. Just a general suit because we don't have to design any of the subcomponents now. Yeah, though I should mention, as is on my forum, we designed a few improvements to the suit, which some of them might be included. Just like we put in a gas mask essentially and made it hermetically sealed.
Right.
It has its own internal air supply for like 5 minutes or whatever. It can resupply with the outside air if you need it to. It's also now designed so that it's not going to be showing up to heat sensors as much because it's hermetically sealed, it's cooled off inside, and it's not like bleeding heat everywhere. So it's the improved design. Now, obviously, I guess we could just for the first week just renovate the old suit. Does that sound fair?
It sounds fair. You just have to be really careful with it. I mean, you're talking in a bit of an increased difficulty because of the fact that you're making a modification on what is supposed to be a completed product.
Exactly. Well, yeah, it's completed. Yeah, it was the alpha prototype. Okay. So we'll assume slightly increased difficulty. Luckily, we got all those decreases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was looking. It's got the it's got a gas system now, and it's hermetically sealed. So
okay.
Yeah. So other than that, it's pretty much the same damn system. Probably a slight aesthetic upgrade. So do you want to roll that for her? It'd be 9 dice, difficulty 8, I'm assuming, drop down to 6, 5, probably difficulty 5. Assume she'll blow a willpower because she doesn't want to blow this.
Yeah, blow willpower.
Stark.
8 put down to 6, 5.
1 Stark, make that.
Well, damn, it's a good thing.
Looks like she scored enough,
So,
though.
3 successes
To modify
it appropriately.
Okay. And so the first week, I can't use that suit for this week because it's being worked on.
Correct.
And then after that, at some point, we'll get together and just do another quick roll for further suit making, yada yada. But cool. I can now go to Becker and say, okay, I've got a timetable. By the way, it would really help out if I had a cash infusion or some raw materials, yada yada.
Yeah.
But I can't use any of her laborers until after I've gotten the, show and tell section up and running, which will take a week.
Yeah.
Because I'm not bringing people in to let them look at my robots. That's a big problem.
Yeah, because that put your robots, even though they're inside a laboratory / sanctum, they start taking docs.
Because it's like, oh my god, observers!
Yeah.
You're making me feel awkward. Okay, well with that, I think we're good, right?
Yeah, we're good for now. We'll
Nothing
try
else
to
we
get this
Okay.
within the next 2 weeks. We'll be able to start finishing the rest of what you're doing for the month, and then after downtimes of July going into August, we'll be able to start the rolls for the second month.
Works perfectly. All right. I will end the scene. Thanks a lot.